and welcome to today's live stream. So Thursdays are crafting streams, and I've got a couple different projects to do with you today. So I want to say a huge thank you to everyone who's watching and who will be watching on the replay. I hope you guys enjoy. So the first thing that I'm going to be working on is I'm going to be working on a page layout. And I've already got a few things kind of cut and ready to go. So I'll share those with you first. So I started out with a 12 by 12 sheet of white paper, and it's my Bazil cardstock. And I trimmed off the little strip at the top that includes the barcode. Hey, Joanne's, you may want to update your computer system because scanning 5,000 things of paper takes way too long. Lady Blind Wolf, hello, welcome in. And so what I did was I trimmed that off, and then just using my ruler, this is my Cricut page cutter, and it has a expandable ruler on it. I measured out 5 inches, made a mark, and sliced it to create a sheet. And I did that again. And so what that did is that gave me 2 long strips plus this extra side strip. And then I marked off 7 inches. And so then when I sliced that up, it gave me a 5 by 7 photo mat as well as a square photo mat. So the first thing that I'm going to be working on is I'm going to work on a page border. And I love using scraps like this. It's roughly, it's roughly about 1.5 inches wide. And of course, it's the length of the paper. So I've got 2 different options that I could potentially make a border on. I went through my universal swaps, and I found about 2 contenders. So the first one could be a SpongeBob border, and I have this cute little piece here, and I have a SpongeBob. The second one is for the Simpsons ride, and literally I have a title piece, the Simpsons ride. I have a Bart to go down at the bottom, and then apparently I was craving donuts at some point. I have donuts. Don't know if you guys, let me take them out of the paper. I mean, out of the paper you might be able to see them a little bit better. These are little donut stickers, and so I could fill in some white space. So in the chat, tell me which you think I should make. Should I make the Simpsons ride border or the SpongeBob border? And I'll give you guys time to think about that. I will work on that in a little bit. So the page layout that I'm going to be working on is simply that I'm going to be preparing a page layout. And this is my paper. I have 2 sheets of it. You can see it says 9 3/4 up at the top. It's got luggage down at the bottom. And I have 2 sheets, sheet 1 and sheet 2, for a page layout. And I got this paper at from scrapyourtrip.com. Hello, Team Marie Photography. Welcome in. And Team Marie says Simpsons. Okay. So also, when going through my box of die cuts, I came across some options. So these are some cuts that either I have made or I have received in my scrapbooking swaps. I have a couple different ones for the Hogwarts Express. I have this one. It's a little bit larger. And then I have this one, and it's made to look like the front of the train engine. So I'll use that. And then I picked these. This is a little piece. It's got Hedwig with her cage, and obviously it's got Harry Potter's luggage. Magic Wishing Star, welcome in. Magic Wishing Star says Simpsons. And then I also have what is supposed to be the letter from Hogwarts. So these are going to go on my page layout along with my photo mats. So in the comments as well, do you like the full train or do you like the circle? full train or circle. I know which one I like, but I want to know which one you like. Can't stay. Just wanted to pop in and smash the like button. Well, thank you so much for stopping in, T. Marie. I greatly appreciate that, and have a wonderful afternoon. So, while you guys are commenting on this, we will go back to the Simpsons border. And so what I'm going to do is I simply have this white strip of paper. Christine Hickman, hello, welcome in. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by kind of laying out my title piece onto my border and seeing exactly kind of where I want it. Do I want it angled? Because I mean, if you've never ridden this ride, man, I don't even know how to explain it except for 3D gone wild. The ride car goes up and it tilts you up and down and all around. And if you get motion sickness, don't ride this ride. So if I wanted it to be angled like this, that would be perfectly acceptable because of the tone of the ride. And then somewhere down towards, probably we'll make Bart down here even with the bottom. So I think that's what we're going to do. All right, so I am using Elmer's glue runners. You can get these I found them at Walmart, but I know Walmart is going through a huge reset of their craft area. And so it's actually getting to be a lot of Cricut-related items and not so much the general items, which makes me really sad because I really do like these glue runners. So when I can't find them anymore, I'm going to have to go to a new brand of glue runner. But I stock up when I can. Monarch Moments, hello, welcome in. I am working on a Simpsons border. Okay, so I think I've got it figured out what I'm going to do. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my marker. This is just a Cricut writing pen. And I'm going to lift up my title and make just a little black dot underneath. And this is what it looks like. And that way I know where I want to put my adhesive, because I'm going to apply the adhesive directly to the border and not to the piece itself. That way it goes right where I want it to. Hello. There we go. So I don't know if you can see it or not, but I've done 3 lines, oh there you go, of the glue runner. And I'm going to simply put my title piece back on. And I always smash it down from the front and then I flip it over and I make sure to press it really well. I do that so I don't mess up whatever the cut is, and typically I'm working with some sort of glitter paper. That way I don't glitterify myself too much. So this is where we're at right now. We've got Bart down here at the bottom. We've got the Simpsons right up here, but it needs a little bit more. I've got my donut stickers. So I don't want to overload it. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use 2 of them. 1 and 2. Because we all know the Simpsons donut. All right, so here is what our border turned out like. I think it's very cute, and it will go in my Universal paper supply. And when we go to Universal again, I have a border strip ready to go for the Simpsons ride. There's really not a whole lot of photos to take unless you take a picture outside with the rides. Did someone say donuts? Miss Cargo, hello, my dear, welcome in. I did say donuts. I had some donut stickers, and I made a Simpsons border using a ride title and Mr. Bart. So here's what it turned out like. I like it. It turned out really well. I like it. So that is that project accomplished. So the next one Making sure no one messaged me. I had put out there that any people were able to join me if they wanted to. And so, Lena, Bobina, Cargo, Wargo. Okay, so Magic Wishing Star wanted me to use the large Hogwarts Express. So I will set the little one to the side. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just kind of decide how I want to lay this out. So I've got a 2-page layout, so like so, and I will be using my mats to guide where I place my die cut pieces. Yeah, T was only in here for a few minutes. And again, I get a lot of my themed paper for Universal at scrapyourtrip.com. It's a great website. They are online only. So I will put the link in the chat. And they do run different sales and specials. And I actually even got a surprise pack of paper. It was super cheap. And it was kind of hodgepodge pieces that were left over, maybe from page kits. Maybe there was only one piece because a lot of people buy in layout form to make sure that they have 2 pieces to go with everyone. So they want, it could be the potential that the other sheet got damaged. So definitely make sure to check out scrapyourtrip.com and you will find some great deals. So now I'm just kind of deciding how I want to lay out my page layout. Okay, I've got this like I want, how I want it. So I'm going to adhere it down and then I will show you the page. So I don't know about where y'all are at, but here in Kansas, it is muggy and humid. I think muggy and humid are pretty much the same word, but it's gross. It's supposed to rain a little bit this evening, and I think that's contributing to the mugginess factor. So I just hope that storm comes through, and soon. Okay, so I've got my title piece there down. Putting down my mat. I go back and forth on doing page layouts like this because sometimes I don't know how I want to put together a page. And if I have already put it together in one format and I want to do it differently, then I'm kind of up a creek or I have to buy more paper. But for this, I think it's going to work out. Okay, so here is page 1. So as you see, I've got my title up here, Hogwarts Express, and I have one photo here. And this could be anything from a picture of the train. It could be a photo, like a selfie in front of the train. It could be a selfie on the train. So the next things I'm going to use are I'm going to use these 2 square pieces. I love having the option for a smaller piece of paper just because it changes the dimension of, how you want to set it up. So now I'm deciding what I want to use for my die cuts. Do I want to use my owl or do I want to go in Ninjalina, but will be in the background doing some work? Oh, not a problem, Garrett. Not a problem. So I've got several different options of the way I can do it. Try to hold it and show you here. I can either do it like this. I'm trying to hold it and show you. Where I've got my die cut and I have a offset up at the top and I have a side one. Or I can angle the two white ones and put the letter either up at the top corner or down at the bottom corner. And I think because what I don't want to do is I don't want to cover up the bottom border where it shows all of the luggage. But I could cover up the other 9 3/4 because I already have it showing on the other page. This is what scrapbooking is. It's looking at a page and deciding 5,000 different ways that it could go. And deciding every time that you don't like how it looks and that it needs to be different. And I think that what drives me bonkers sometimes. Got an idea. Grab out my trusty cutter. Gonna measure my square. I think I want another square. 1, 2, 3. It's 5. Is it 1, 2, 3, 4? Yep, it's 5 inches. Okay. I should have done that. Duh. Okay. Mark. I was checking to make sure that there was no visible black marking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I've got another square. I like it. Exactly what it needed. Okay, so I'm going to glue this down and then I'll show you what's going on. I love quick and easy projects like this that I can knock out in a short amount of time and feel like I got something accomplished. Because I can take my boxes of die cuts and just go, okay, today I'm going to put together 2 layouts and put them in. I have 2-gallon Ziploc bags and I can put them together and put them away and they're done and ready for when I'm ready to use them. Another option along that same route is I can put together page layout kits. That's where I would take my background paper, like this 9 3/4 paper, and some white paper. I used white against the brick because I wanted to make sure it stood out. I could have used brown. I could have used an off-white, but I wanted to use just kind of the white to make it pop. I could have used black for the train. I could have used red. But I can put all of that along with the die cuts and even the photos if I have them printed and put together a page layout kit so that if I'm going to a friend's house or I'm getting ready to go to a crop, I can grab a handful of page layout kits and take them with me and I've got everything ready to go. The only thing I would have to pack are things like adhesive or my pens or potentially not even have to take my Cricut because everything would be done. right. Make sure this is, and I always have to make sure that my die cuts are the right side up. And so I'm going to be using the little Hogwarts acceptance letter. So because it's a heavier material, I'm going to make sure to put plenty of adhesive on the back. I don't want it to come tumbling off. And I mean, granted, if it did, it would be inside of a page protector, but I only like having to do things once. So here's what the second page ended up looking like. I used the 2 squares from when I was cutting the 5x7, and I trimmed a third of the white squares down to make another 5x5 card so that I have room for 3 5x5 photos. And then I used the Hogwarts acceptance letter swap piece that I received, and this is what the final product looks like. Now I have a Hogwarts Express page layout. And it's got room for 5x7 or 4x6. Because I did cut the mat at a 5x7, I would probably choose a 4x6 photo on it so that it's right on the mat. And then I have these that I can print 4x4 photos from Walgreens, and they will fit right inside of there. So answer me this, for those of you still hanging out with me in the chat. Would you like to see a video or a live stream about page layout kits? Is that something that you would be interested in seeing? Is it something that you really could care less about? Or, you know, I do both ways. Oh, excuse me. Because I do it both ways. I put together page layout kits, and I also just have my tower of paper. You normally see it in my background when I'm at home. It's the multicolored tower with all my paper in it, and I can just turn around and grab whatever paper I want. But sometimes, especially when I'm feeling like in a rut, having a few page layout kits. I can't talk today. Having a few page layout kits, especially if I'm wanting to do some sort of crafting, but I just don't know what I want to do. Having the option to go grab one of those and complete a couple of those will either help me relax and go, okay, this is what I'm working on, and be able to get those juices flowing. Or I can do a couple page layout kits and go, okay, you know what? Today is just not a crafting day, and I just need to be done. I need to do these couple page layout kits and be done. Or there's sometimes when I'll start to get out a page layout kit and I'll look at it and go, yep, nope, I will not be happy with however it comes out. And especially when it comes to my paper from Scrap Your Trip, this is not cheap paper. My paper from Joann's isn't cheap either. Open stock paper, if you can't catch it on sale, runs 99 cents a sheet. So a typical page layout costs roughly between $10 to $15, depending on how intricate someone gets with one. So I always buy my paper on sale. But there's not a whole lot of sales when you start having to pay for shipping and stuff with the Scrap Your Trip paper. So I always know I have to be in a very special mood to work with my Scrap Your Trip paper, just because I don't want to be upset that, one, I wasn't in the mood to do it and I went ahead and did it and messed up paper that I want to say that these sheets are $1.99 a piece. Now I have to look because I don't want to be wrong. It is 92 degrees outside. Scrap Your Trip. I just start typing in scrap, and Scrap Your Trip automatically comes up. Okay, so now I want Universal Studios scrapbooking. They're all roughly the same, so okay. It's $1.05 per sheet. So this layout, just the paper from Scrap Your Trip, is $205 plus shipping. And they have, I really love their shipping. They do great, and it's super good. And they have tons of fun designs. I've gotten, oh, excuse me, 99% of my paper that I have for Universal from Scrap Your Trip. Christine Hickman says, I've been making mini and Universal ears to relax. That's so cool, Christine. I am in the year of the ear collab, and I just purchased my ears for October to mail to my person. So that was my project today. It sometimes goes quick. It sometimes when you're like, yeah. Christine, so what Universal ears have you been making? Are you posting them on Instagram? But yes, I find making mini ears very relaxing as well. I picked up some things today to help me make some mini ears. So I'm very excited about that. Very excited about that. So, been about half an hour, and that's typically what I think these crafting live streams. They'll be about 30 minutes or so. It'll be me completing a project with you guys. If you have any project style requests, you can always shoot me a message on Instagram and say, hey, I'd love to see you put together a page layout kit. I would love to see, XYZ. I'm happy to do anything that you guys would like to see during these crafting live streams. Sometimes I may have guests, sometimes I may not. Probably if I have guests, they will probably run a little bit longer. But as with working in crafts, when you are completed, you're done and it's time to move on to something else. So we did very well today. We completed a page border of the Simpsons ride with our donut stickers. We have Bart. We have our Simpsons ride title. And then I completed a Hogwarts Express page layout. Here is page 1 with a Hogwarts Express die cut and a mat for up to a 5x7 size photo. And the other size, which have 3 5x5 mats along with the Hogwarts acceptance letter piece. So that is it for today. I will see you on Monday for another live stream, and don't forget that videos are up daily. I have listed on Instagram what videos go up when. So if you are curious, make sure to check that out. Thank you guys so much for coming to hang out with me for this half hour, and we will see you